Hey, so just before this video starts, I wanted to let you guys know that I plan on doing a Q&A video here on my channel very shortly. If you guys have any questions about me as a person, what I do here on YouTube, or what I do outside of YouTube, make sure to leave your questions down in the comment section below. I will be pulling a bunch of them not only from this video, but from my last video and the next, so you guys actually have some time to ask any questions that you guys have. Alright, let's get on to the video.
Hey everybody, and welcome back to my channel. To start this look off, I am just going ahead and applying concealer right underneath my eyes, as long with on top of my eyes because I do not have a primer. This will act as my primer, and covering up some acne that I might have or any kind of redness in my skin, and blending that out with a beauty blender. I'm then going on top of those areas with compact powder just to kind of set everything down. I'm then going to create a smoky eye using a deep red using a big fluffy eye brush. Guys, you would be so proud of me because I actually remembered my paint palette this time. And I'm just using the white shade out of this palette and creating, I don't even know what you would call it, but it's basically just a dressy neck piece. After doing a couple strokes trying to fill in the neck piece, I realized I was not going to have enough white paint in my palette to actually fully cover my neck. So I know that I hate these paints, however I am going to be using the cream 2 paints in order to actually cover the neck piece. And as always, when you're working with these cream 2 paints, remember that they are not going to give you full coverage at first, and that you are going to have to apply a few layers. So make sure you are applying a layer, letting it dry completely, and then applying another layer on top of it. I actually wind up applying a really thick 3rd layer. That is because I wanted it to represent more clothing where it actually would cover up my skin tone more. And while I was waiting for that 3rd thick layer to dry, I went ahead and applied a red lipstick using a brush because I don't actually have the lipstick version of this color. I just have a sample version of it, so that's why I'm using a brush to apply it. Once the white paint was dry, you can kind of see that some areas became very splotchy. Those are areas where I took out a little bit of the white paint so that way we can add our black polka dots. I'm using the black paint from the palette, which is going to mix a little bit with the white, causing it to look a little gray, but don't worry, we're going to go right back over that with the cream 2 paints in black to make it a little bit deeper. And for whatever reason, I decided to have a jam session in the middle of this paint. So enjoy that. And this part took me just a little bit of trial and error to accomplish the look that I was going for. I originally had painted the splatter look on my face, very cartoony splattered. However, that did not look great, so I wind up redoing the red eyeshadow on my eyes and actually just wind up mixing a little bit of water with the tube cream paints to get them a little bit more of a runnier texture, so that way they would splatter onto my face a little bit better, and just holding a piece of paper so that way none of the paint actually gets onto any of my walls. I then just added a little bit more of the white splatters onto the one side of my face because I realized the black had a little bit more and I wanted them just to be a little bit more even.
This is the part that I'm actually really scared to do. So I'm going to be painting my hair with paints that I have, and I don't necessarily recommend painting your hair. However, I don't have the spray paint kind of that you can put in your hair. I would recommend using that instead of paint, but I know that these paints will wash out with water, so I'm not too worried. The only thing I'm worried about is using black, because I'm not sure if black is going to stain my hair in any way or not, and I've been trying to get my hair lighter, not darker, so I'm not 100% sure how this is going to work, so let's try.
And here's an awkward clip of me trying to visualize if I should paint my low space buns or not. I ultimately decided not to.